Hello guys and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of Really Awesome Place Civilization Beyond Earth with Rising Tide. When we left off, we had just cleared the alien infestation around our newest city of Yuamu. Our cities of Jiangsang and Dangai are continuing to develop nicely. I certainly need to think about settling a new city this turn. I think that actually might be one of my priorities. As well as that, I'm definitely expecting a war to break out between ourselves and Utana here for the Commonwealth of the Pacific. Beyond that, we just made a really tasty deal with Brasilia that provides half an energy per turn for each tile within our borders, so that is huge. We're going to have a great energy reserves very shortly. We are cooperating with the North Sea Alliance, their capital in Deep Castle, which is quite nice as they are one of our closest neighbours. So yeah, beyond that, we're working on robotics for TechJet. We're level 7 in Purity. So things are looking pretty good. I'm definitely going to remove this city here. I cannot quite see over the Polystranian unit in the way. But yeah, let's get straight into it with a next turn. So things looking quite good in this playthrough, I must admit. We are nicely tipping away. I was debating in my head there for a moment of settling a city on this tile, but it seems like such a bad idea, I must admit. It's like, this is all pretty much unworkable, this mountain is unworkable, all of this is unworkable, so... But perhaps somewhere here to the north, it might be good we cut off the land entrance to our cities down here as well. So, there we go, the war has broken out. And they open by sinking our explorer. Not the explorer. An integer also in a bit of a low regard for us at the moment. So, we shall begin to move our submarine force down towards the Polystralians. And I think we have to abandon our hopes of attacking the station and move these units back towards Dangai. This guy can move into Jiangsang to bolster it a bit. Our worker here is not finished anything, so he's going to construct a farm. This fellow is finished the farm, so he can move up here. Certainly tempted to purchase a unit in Dangai, but we don't need to overreact just yet. We do need to keep an eye on this cutter as well. I think I might move them down towards Yuamu. I'll certainly move them away from that area for a start. Yes, indeed, and that is the next turn. I guess it was only a matter of time really before that war broke out. They held us in such low regard for quite a while. So the Covert Ops Protector are unhappy with us, but we do have the Brazilians kind of happy with us, which I'm actually more pleased about because they put out so much military. We'll see there later on in the game, I'm sure, but it's all they build almost, I would say. So turn passed without seeing the Polystralians within our neighbourhood, so that is nice. And we get a new virtue. So for this virtue, I think we'll go for the energy. So just before we do, our energy is 47 at the moment per turn, and with this, it is still at 47, so that is incredible. Really good synergy we picked up there. Our subs can move down. We know the drill with our submarine force. We were quite first in that the last time. I'm not too worried about actually capturing cities at the moment. I think the first thing we'll need to do is stem the flow of units that I've no doubt are going to pour out from the city of Freeland and whatever other cities the Polystralians have over there. But yeah, we continue onwards. Our worker is ready to build a farm by Dangai. So as I said previously, the biggest concern I had was that Dangai might fall under attack first, which is certainly shaping up to be the case, I would imagine. So the fact that we'll have this rocket battery in place will bolster the city defense quite a lot, so that is certainly nice. So this guy can actually just rotate down here just in case any units manage to sneak through. He's like, that is a tier 2 naval unit, so he will actually hit like a truck on tier 1 units, so perhaps some more more worthwhile defensive unit. So our network is finished in Jiangshan, and I think actually we might build a destroyer here, because that is tier 2 also. It is 13 turns, which is quite a long time, but quite a long, huh? So here our sentinel can heal in Jiangshan, and we continue onwards. Definitely disappointed we didn't get that progenitor rune, but at the end of the day it's not the end of the world, so it's not so bad. So no, the wars seem to be breaking out for now, which is nice. Oh, so the Australians have also declared war on the Brasilia, so they are going to be in for a rude awakening very shortly, I'm sure. This guy can actually fortify. And these guys can continue moving down towards the city of Freeland. Quite a bit of production to choose this time. In Dangai, we shall... Tide Hunter might be not a bad idea, certainly, to have an additional submarine unit. And up in Uamut, they need to... Actually, I'll just purchase a trade convoy, but for now they can build a... I think energy is certainly a good idea, but I think we'll just go for some simple stuff like a laboratory perhaps, or Gene Garden or Cider Nursery. So I think we'll actually go for the Cider Nursery first, jump in and purchase a trade convoy. One of our units needs orders. This unit here can move into Dangai and fortify. This guy can just have pat down to here and we'll fortify them on the next turn. I wonder if we get a hint of the Brasilia forces as they sweep down with their reign of vengeance upon Freeland. Oh my word. Like I've had a couple of games obviously with the Brazilians in them. I think the worst one I ever had was my two closest neighbours were the Brasilia and the Slavic Federation. It's just painful. The whole game was just like full on war. So we'll go for the +5 city strength from rocket batteries, because we do have one in place, and that is the point of those buildings in my eyes anyway, at least. So like 50 defensive strength, just to compare that with Freeland, for example, which is a capital city as well, so it's much more developed. So yeah, that is pretty good. Now some of our units need orders. The trade convoy can trade with Jiangshan, I think. Yes, everybody wins there. And our worker here can continue to develop the tiles around Yumu. This fellow can heal, and this fellow can fortify. And our submarine force can continue moving down towards Freeland. And I think with this sub-force, my main goal is just to drain the Australian units. I don't really have plans of taking their cities. Obviously, if that comes to pass, that is fine too, but actually I'm just looking at the map here. Like if these xenomass are worthwhile, they're not really, but that might be a good idea for a city right here. 6 titanium, actually that really might be a good idea for a city here. I'll have a look at what's in the bay up here eventually as well. I do definitely need to get another city underway. Actually, I think once Jiangshan is finished, that destroyer unit, that is actually what I'll build. Again, maybe up here perhaps. Although this bay to the south as well might be quite lucrative for a naval city, we can just move it all around. Might be no harm. So we continue onwards. Still haven't seen the Australians actually come to attack us. I don't want to jinx myself though. We shall see shortly though how that transpires. I know I've mentioned it before, but wow, this soundtrack is so good. So alien nest discovered, and that is what this unit up here is for. So up you go. And our subs can continue moving to the east. Very slow at the moment, but they will improve very quickly once they get a couple of upgrades. I think level 8 actually is when they upgrade, so it's not too far away. Continue constructing improvements around our cities. Tempted to build a road here, but just moving into the water is just as quick most of the time. Well, not quite, but a lot of AI unhappy with us at the moment. I worry somewhat that perhaps I left the developing our military a little late, but not overly worried about it. I don't think we have the no, we don't quite have the technology to construct a Frexite mine, but I'll just AFK that unit there for 2 more turns, and then it can build a Frexite mine. Our subs can continue their slow march towards the Pol-Australian border. Our cutter is in place to pillage. We've got another artifact. I do want to have a look at the artifacts again, because we haven't built a single wonder or upgrade from the artifacts. Wow. So plus 50 strength, plus 3 range to air units. That is incredible. We're going to go for that. So we need to build some air units, which we will have in 2 turns. They are going to be so strong. My word, that is absolutely huge upgrade. So that is fantastic. And next turn again. Still waiting to see if we see the Pol-Australians move west from their cities towards us, but they don't seem too intent on it at the moment. Maybe they are blocked in there. Like, surely they would have sent some of these units around here to the south and then west. Who knows? I guess we'll see soon enough. Diplomatic transmission.
I'm open to the possibilities.
No. As much as I want to give you some help, my friend, if I give the AI science, it will backfire, so I do apologize. So this unit needs orders, and it can actually just come back down here and fortify. Our subs can continue moving to the east, and this worker can skip for now. Actually, we can cut down the chop down the forest, because it's going to take a long time anyway. So yes, indeed, that is what we're going to do with that worker, and then I can build a Frexite mine in a couple of turns. So we'll have the tac jets available shortly, and then we can build some aircraft carriers. So I'm definitely going to, sorry, just having a sip of my coffee, I'm definitely going to pillage this trade unit here.
Robots do not complain, question or rest, which is models for the rest of you.
So robotics finished. Sorry, just had to mute my mic there for a second, I had a cough. And with that we get the tac jets and the Frexite mine are the main things that we get from that. So that is pretty good.
I wonder what life was like on Earth when the whole atmosphere was breathable.
And level 1 harmony reached. So we get some upgrades. So our tac jets, I think that's just because of our purity, actually, level 7. We'll go for 15% against land and sea units. So they now have an additional 65% damage over the starting stats. This is huge. Move that guy over there to intercept that trade convoy. And these guys can move down here. And this guy can fortify. And the next turn. Really moving now in the turns. Turn 120 coming up. The Brazilians unhappy with us, but that is to be expected. You wouldn't want your self-esteem riding too closely to what the AI civilizations think of you in this game. So we found another alien nest, which we shall move our nest destroyer up to take care of. And one of our units needs orders. So first and foremost, this guy can come here and pillage. Yes, indeed. Plunder even. So we got a good deal of energy from that, so it's not too bad. There is an alien nest over there, but I don't really want to tangle with that right now. Just tentatively move these guys a bit closer to the coast, and we can begin shooting at some units. If nothing else, we can get our war score up quite highly. We just farm them, for want of a better word, here on the coast. And then when they come to make peace, or we decide to make peace with them, or we can get some nice, probably technology. Unless I can take like most of their cities, I'll probably take technology. So, yeah, we continue on with a next turn. Yes, indeed, LOD, our culture rate is quite low for this stage of the game, but on the flip side, we're making nearly 50 energy per turn, which isn't too shabby. So Integer really unhappy with us, which is unusual. Integer are usually quite peaceful. So Yumu finished a Cyto nursery, and it is looking good up here. It's certainly a lot more productive than it was. Build an old Earth relic. Some of our units need orders, so this guy can move here and might even assault the city, but I think that's a little counterproductive, so I'll actually continue moving that guy up the coast. This guy can move in and finish this gunner unit. And our sub up here can move down to the south. Mightn't be a bad idea to kill that nest, although the aliens won't attack our subs unless we position them very incorrectly. This guy's in place for a pillage. 25 food for Yumu, which is fantastic. It'll grow that a little bit faster. I do see quite a lot of Cavatan Protectorate up here. Maybe there is some kind of sea channel here down from the Cavatan Protectorate. Yes, indeed, they are on the coast here, so perhaps this opens up into some kind of inlet or some kind of waterway up here. So perhaps it might be no harm to station this fellow in Yumu for now. But we can decide that on the next turn. So LOD, our relationship in jeopardy with now, so that is not ideal again. So the Brazilians, very happy with our energy reserves, which is nice. And our Covert Op agent is impressing the North Sea Alliance, which is nice. So I think I'll actually move this guy into Yumu, and he can fortify in there. Now, here we have a sub in the open water. So we shall move in and try and destroy this. We won't quite destroy it on this turn, which is not ideal, but not the end of the world either. Might almost leave our submarine exposed, but I think instead we'll move it back one tile so it's not right by the coast. And oh wow, that was the end of that turn. It must have been because it was so close to the enemy unit, which is not ideal.
Venga, volvámonos más ricos.
Brasilia, do I give you science? They're not traditionally very science orientated. We're probably going to be friends anyway due to our purity levels. So I don't think so. As much as I'd like to get out of the negative income in diplomatic capital, I think we can live without giving the AI any advantages. So 3 more turns to our destroyer and 2 more turns to our sub. And you know what? Let's move these our marine units over here. Just have a little bit of a look. Maybe we will try and take some of these cities. Actually, with that in mind, maybe I'll move this broadside down here as well. Like, that's right on the coast. We could take that no problem. Just burn it to the ground or something. I don't think it's a particularly strong city, so... But it'll be fantastic for our war score. Interested to see here what the Australians do to our exposed submarine unit. There's my coffee machine switching off in the background. Perhaps you heard the beep. Now if I could kill that sub with these 2 units to the north of it, that would be ideal, because then we can heal this unit on this turn. It's a little bit more efficient that way. So first and foremost, we shall, yes indeed, we shall be able to kill it with this, and this guy can then heal. One of our Covert Ops actually completed a mission in Deep Castle, undetected, and was promoted as well, so we got a lot of science from that, which is fantastic. And Deep Castle, actually, what's the intrigue level in Deep Castle now? 2. So I think here we shall recruit up to 3 random military units, which will be placed near your capital. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's give it a go. See what comes of that. And moving on to the next turn. Fully expecting the Australians to try and make peace with us shortly, but I guess we shall see. These are Chungsu. These are my own units. They have a lot of units, don't they, the Australians? A lot of clutter though. It's not actually particularly worthwhile units. That's integer. So we get another bit of energy here from plundering this trade convoy, which is nice. We have a quest decision. So +4 energy from Gene Gardens or +1 health. I think we'll go for the +1 health. Health is usually an issue in the Apollo level playthroughs. So we are finished the destroyer in Zhongshan, and I think we do need to build another colonist. Dangai has also finished the sub, and I think here we'll go for the auto plant. And Yumu is finished its old Earth relic. So Yumu finally starting to come together. It's saying to build a rocket battery, which actually might not be a bad idea, just in case the Cavatan Protectorate decide to come down and declare a war on us. So some of our units need orders, and this fellow here can build a farm. This destroyer can begin to move down towards the rest of our force. It's a very quick unit compared to the subs, which is nice. And this sub can also move down here. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. Maybe we are mounting a good assault on the Polystrelians. Oh, we got 15 culture and 15 science, or 30 science even. That's not too shabby. I just may as well assault this city. This guy can continue healing. That is the end of that turn. So this guy nearly back to full health, which is nice. They do less damage, obviously, if they have less health. So, Brazilia's off. Declare more on integer at the moment. So Brasilia now in 2 wars. No surprise, really. They're extremely aggressive. Now, here, I think we just assault. Okay, so this sub, we can see it. It also puts our sub in range of Rangai for attack. So I think what we do here is move this guy over and assault. And then we move out of range with this guy. And we can no longer see the unit. We can just simply put this guy in alert, because that sub can either go to here, or here, or here. So it can't really go far. Either way, we'll be able to see it on the next turn. And our marines are now in place. I think actually I might move those marines in here. That's a weak city and they are tier 2. Cavatan Protectorate unhappy with us. It's funny, I really did tell myself, okay, this playthrough, I'm not going to be too aggressive. I'm just going to, like, nice and steady, you know. Said we get Brasilia on the map. We got a lot of aggressive stuff happening, so I should build the farm up here, get the veterancy on one of our units, get the attack bonus. So I think here, if possible, can he finish this? Not quite, which is a real shame. This guy can one-shot the land unit that finds itself on sea. This guy can finish the job here outside of Rangi. Now these units, where to bring those? Here to the south is probably a good idea. So I get this guy to move to here, and this guy to move to here, so that's 4 turns each. So free maintenance from networks, or 1 culture from networks. I'll go for the culture, not too worried about energy. We have a bajillion energy at the moment. And yeah, move on to the next turn. Oh my word, our real force is showing up here as well, which is nice. So a lot of obstacles that I can see here between the cities of Ragni and Freeland. I think ideally here what we might do is capture that city with Ragni, that is, capture that city with one of our sentinels, because if it is recaptured, which is a high probability I would say, then it's only that unit that dies and we still have our naval melee unit that will remain. So that might be the wiser choice here. Some veterancy on our units. Of course we'll go for the attack damage upgrade. These guys can actually, I'm just going to move this guy a little over here, just have a look. Trade route here, this guy can heal, and this guy can continue to attack the city. This sub can move over here, our cutter can move to there, and our destroyer can move down to here. I don't think the destroyer quite has the 3 range yet, so like not 1 tile or 2 tiles but 3 tiles. They do get that I think at tier 3, which they become extremely powerful then, which is quite nice. So the forest finally cleared outside of Dangai, so we can build the Fraxite mine, adding to our science per turn, which is nice. Colonists about to be finished here. We can move up with our sentinel. I think I might have to explore this area or this region here. So it looks very barren over here. it's all just grassland. I mean, it's not too bad, I guess, but I think, yeah, here might be the wisest choice. So this colonist is indeed finished, and we shall move the sentinel out along with it to keep it safe. Now, over here, let's actually have a look. Not quite yet. And this guy is actually in range to capture the city if we would like on this turn. I think instead we'll just assault the city. And you know what? Why not just capture it? No, we'll wait one more turn. Yeah, I want that to be at 0, just for the minimal loss of our unit's health. Let's have a look up here. A lot of land units, but nothing particularly strong. We can build a Phyrexiate mine up here. Costs 2 energy per turn, but we have 46 at the moment. And I think if we're about to settle a new city, we need to keep our own health in mind, so we shall build a pharma lab in Jiangshan. So at the start of the next turn, I do want to have a look at the yield icons up here. Like, nothing really jumps off the map. Well, this is nice, but I mean, it's not really spectacular. Oh, this cheeky monkey is gonna sink one of our units. Not the end of the world, but again, not ideal either. I think I certainly will just capture it with the C unit now, I think. So, we failed to siphon energy in Liqueur and well detected. One of our units was killed. The unit we saw get killed at sea. So we can choose an operation in Weltgeist. Siphon energy is the only option available. And siphon energy is also the only option available in Liqueur. Some of our units need orders. We can begin to assault this city yet again. The city is now open to attack, so we'll move in and capture it with our broadside. Now, the big question, do we keep this city or do we raise this city? I think because we have the colonists on the way to the north, we'll actually raise the city. That will take 6 turns, I think. Yes, indeed, 6 turns. But with that in mind, we can safely move our sentinel up here. And these units can begin sliding up the coast. Now, this fellow here, what can you do? You can attack these gunners, so go ahead. Glad there's a bit more excitement. I was a bit worried at the pace of the game earlier on, I must admit. So let's have a quick look at the map yield icons. Yeah, I mean, this is all nice stuff. It's nothing too groundbreaking, but I think the strategic position of it might be nice. Here might be good, so we can eventually get this titanium. Get rid of the city, it's not a huge issue. Floats in up here, it's only 2, so it's not a huge amount. I think, yeah, we'll go for here. We have a lot of food starting off. We can eventually move down and get this titanium. So yeah, I think that is where we will go. And our unit can move along with you. I'll actually auto-move that, or manually move that unit, just in case I don't want to leave our colonist exposed. So, yeah, that is the end of this turn. Now the big question is, how do we attack Freeland, or how do we capture it? There's so many units there.
What's ours is yours.
No, not a chance. We can farm these units a lot more now, I think. So here we go. We actually drew their units out now, so we can get this guy out and then just like bombard that city, like constantly recap it and kill these units all around it. So some veterancy on our broadside, which we shall move out first. This guy actually, I think for now, you can move out here, or maybe down to here, I think might be a good idea as well. Let's capture that unit first and then continue moving on. And this guy can begin to move a little closer. These guys, can you put shots on this guy? You can indeed, fantastic. This guy cannot quite do it. Excuse me. So I shall move him back down here. And that was a bit of a misplay actually, because when they recapture that city, that unit will be exposed, but not the end of the world. Our colonists can... I think the colonists, we're just going to move it manually just so there's no drama with it. That represents quite a few turns of this fella can't go in water? I can't protect it underwater? Not ideal. That guy can go on alert, that guy can heal. And our worker up here outside of Jiangsang is finally reached the limit of improvements for the current state of Jiangsang, so actually we'll move him up towards where our new city is going to be also. And we have production in Ragni, which can build whatever it likes because it is under resistance. So can they capture it on this turn? They probably can with this armor. It's quite a good defensive position up in the hills for our sentinel. Oh, they didn't quite capture it on this turn, which is actually a deal. Said they sent their aircraft to get pummeled, which is kind of funny. Oh my word. Yes, so those sea units can actually get out here to the south, which is a little funny. So a lot of units here for easy kills, I think. Trying to decide what the best course of action is.
A useful heuristic for determining metacognition is to ask, does this organism merely create tools, or does it create tools which create new tools?
So we are finished fabrication. We now have access to the carriers and torpedo batteries for aquatic cities, which we don't actually have aquatic cities. So we do need to continue our advancement of purity. I'm quite keen to get level 8 in purity, which is only 6 XP, affinity XP away. So if I could get a cheap purity research, I will certainly do that. Let's actually turn on the filter to make it a bit easier. Mechatronics is 27, Bionics is 18. Not exactly quick. Well, these are kind of later game. So, okay, let's have a look. We can do Bionics. Bionics gives us the auto sled with supremacy. Bionics Lab, Institute, none of this is particularly useful. So let's have one last look around. Alien genes. Again, not particularly interesting there. So I think yes, transcendental mats we do need for we need to build this unit, I think, and the transcendental mats I think is what we need for that. That is 18 turns. Just fight at full strength. Even when damage. Wow, okay, that seems like a good thing. Let's go for the transcendental mats. Not exactly sure if we need it for the victory condition, but if we do, we shall have it. So this guy can move 1 and sink this unit. It's a bit risky what I'm about to do here with my next move, but well, not with this guy. This guy's just moving down the coast. But with these subs over here, I'm just going to move this fellow. Although we can assault this unit from here, I'm just wondering about how to attack this unit. But he can come in there. We do need to get a bit of damage on it first. So I think yes, we'll move this unit to here. Have a shot. This guy can not quite kill, which is a real shame. This guy can he move to here? He can indeed, and have a shot. And that will die to the city if it attacks. And here we can kill this unit and then finish it with our sentinel. It's probably the better move here, I think. So our sentinels are no joke, even though they're a basic military unit. This guy can follow along, our colonist. It's not exactly protecting it, but oh, it's nice. We have another worker now as well, which can actually replace the one we just moved out of Jiangsang. Yeah, guys, that is the end of the turn, and actually the end of the episode. Things are definitely heating up a bit now. I hope you're enjoying watching. I'm certainly enjoying playing. I wake up in the morning and I think about the game, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I wonder what's going to happen today, or that kind of thing. It certainly keeps me very interested, this game. It's very interesting. The emergent gameplay aspect is always fascinating when you're playing. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and do join me again next time, and I will see you later.